because our app is powerful. It helps people find their purpose in life. Do you want to find your purpose in life? There's 4 questions. You may want to write these down. Question number 1. Or you can use the app. It's $100 on the app, or I can tell you now. Question number 1, write down the word people. People. And the question here is outside of your family, because I know you love your family. Who are the people, or what's the group closest to your heart? And what do they lack or need? For me, it's African American males who are lost. What is your number 1 group closest to your heart? Let's go lightning round around the table in 1 sentence or less. What's that group and what do they lack or need? Mine's African American males who are lost.
Just African American people in general, minorities.
Yeah, I'm gonna push you to go even more specific. What do they lack? What do they need? Because that's your purpose, to help in that area.
I think a lot of them lack access to actual meaningful connections.
Yeah.
Like feeling connected to like their tribe, the people that they, can help them and help them grow.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. What's the people?
Minorities located in blighted communities.
Yes, very
African Americans that have been impacted by the criminal justice system.
great.
I was going to go off that too. I know a lot of young men that have been impacted by, I would say, she just won a pitch competition for DC Startup Week. Arrest and has altered their path of life.
Once you get papers, it's tough.
Yeah, and then programs even to help people that are incarcerated when they get out of jail.
Yeah.
How can we reestablish them and rehabilitate them into society and get them jobs?
Before we go to the programs, I just want to know the people and what they lack or need.
Sorry.
It's okay. We're gonna get there. I can tell you an engineer. What's Mary?
Elementary school girls, young
Yes.
girls, minority girls.
Yes.
Because for me, volunteering with them in the STEM area, I see that when they're around the boys, they kind of like shy away. But I want to give them the encouragement and let them know that they're just as. I mean, they are smart.
Yeah.
If they let.
So it seems like the word is self-esteem. Kind of a STEM self-esteem. Write that down. People.
Totally. The youth of Togo is country members.
Yeah.
They lack the technological resources to create things on their own. So I just
Financial resources?
technological.
Tech resources. Awesome. Sir.
I don't know.
It's okay. It's cool.
I would say the majority of Black women impacted by generational trauma, psychological abuse that stops them from, getting to that next level.
Thank you. Me?
Well, I have Afro-Caribbean people because I'm Caribbean myself. I was born in St. Thomas. Most people don't know where that is. They know it as a cruise destination. Jamaica's well known. And what we lack is that since we're not as known as like Jamaica or like Haiti or Dominican Republic, it's like the Lower Antilles get just left out of the picture. So it's like we lack the ability to really communicate with the mainland as a whole and just have like any foundation.
I got West Indian on my I think question 2 is going to help you answer question number 1. So we just did number 1, right? People. Somewhere in that, your purpose in life is attached to helping those people. And if you're not helping those people now, life is kind of difficult, right? It's just work. It sucks. But if you can even just for 2 hours a week help that group, life is like life again. Because that's what you were born to do. That's your purpose. That's question number 1. Question number 2, write down the word pain. 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 That's a question we're not going to share publicly. I want you to just think about it. What's the deepest pain you've ever gone through in life? So painful it changed your paradigm, changed the way that you looked at the world forever. me was my parents' divorce. My dad was the mayor of Carrboro. My mom was a nurse at Duke Hospital. Both alpha personality. You get two alphas in the same room, it's gonna be some furniture moving. And here I was as a young black male, didn't know to be on my dad's side, didn't know to be on my mom's side, didn't know if the divorce was my fault. Lost. And what our research has found is that our purpose in life, like a flower, is birthed out of our pain. That's question 2. Question 3, write down the word peace. Peace. The question here is, the pain that you just thought about, right? You notice how it brought the whole atmosphere down? The question here is, how do you heal from the pain that you just thought about? What's your peace process? For some people it's therapy, some people it's prayer, some people it's exercise, for some people it's drinking a beer, watching the game. Some people it's going to the beach or to the lake, nature, immersing yourself in nature, yoga. Helping others, right? You have to be careful with that because that's laborious and it ends up being another challenge. But write down what you do to heal. You know, the people in your life who are just mean, evil, nasty, and cantankerous, they're really good people who went through pain just like you, but they don't have a process on how to heal. And if you don't have a process, you're that person. So we have to have a process on how do we heal. That's question 3. Last question. Write down the word passion. 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 And the question here is, what is your gift from God? Your swagger. Even as a kid, it came natural to you. When you're working with the STEM girls, you can see their gifts. As a kid, even as a kid, you were really good at this. Better than your friends. It came natural to you. It's your gift. It is your passion. We're going to go around the room. This one I think we can share out loud. Mine is communication. I do it through writing and teaching. I am the best communicator in the world. The way that I communicate, right? And you are the best at what you do in the world. No one can do it like your fingerprint. Look at your fingerprint. I love talking to black people. They'll never do what I say. Look at your fingerprint. You see the swirls? Billions of people in the world. Togo, billions of people. No one has your fingerprint. No one. And as unique as your fingerprint, you have a gifting that is that unique. Here's the equation to find your purpose in 15 minutes. Purpose equals people plus passion divided by pain. Here's the equation. We use our passion to help these people alleviate or prevent this pain we identify with. It's our purpose in life, 15 minutes. So we teach you in the app that activity. We either do it through live streaming or we do it through e-courses that are pre-recorded, text and video. But anybody can find their purpose in life through the app. And you know it's true because you felt that feeling. And you could feel the feeling that, hey, this works. So then we take that sentence, right, that purpose in life sentence, and then we write it out like this. For those who have paper, write your name, uses your gift or your passion, right? So it's Derrck uses communication, right? Your name uses your gift to help those people that you identify in the people. Name uses your gift to help those people. You already said the people earlier, right? Your name uses your gift to help those people achieve what's the future vision that you want to achieve for those people. It's the alleviation of that pain, right? Paint that picture into the sentence. All right. So your name uses your gift to help these people achieve that vision. Now, want you to put a parentheses around your name. And those, y'all are math geniuses, you know this. If you take out your name and put in the name of your new business or nonprofit, read the same sentence. Take out your name, put in the name of your new business or nonprofit.
That's genius.
And how long it took? What, 10 minutes? So then we walk you through the 5 steps of taking that sentence and starting your actual business. You already did step 1, and that's writing down your business statement. Step 2, you put it on the website, and it gives you confidence. Even a free website, Weebly website, do it tonight. It'll give you confidence. You'll be like, wait a minute, I can do this. I was born to do this. This is my purpose. Step 3, we show you how to get a tax ID, and you're legally in business today. The IRS online closes at 10 p.m. You can start your business today for free. You already got the sentence. Step 4, we show you how to do e-commerce. So we get you a free bank account. You probably already have one. And we get you a free e-commerce system to make sales from that bank account. And you link it to your website. Then step 5 we do is called a lean business plan. It's an entire business plan on one page. We ask questions like, who's your market? What's your market slice? What's your estimated revenue? What are your sales channels? All on one page. So that's all in the app. And then you're in business legally. The quickest we've had a student to do it is 65 minutes. Guess what? The website's free. The e-commerce is free. So it's zero overhead. So you never go out of business until you stop trying to do your purpose. So what we've done is we've removed every excuse. You don't have no more excuses for not doing your purpose. And that's the point of our app. This is why colleges have purchased it for their entire college. Every student. And now you know why. So I'm gonna get off my teaching thing, forgive me. I'm gonna get back into the question answer mode. Now that you have your business and what you're gonna do, the question is really, how do we move it forward? Right? It's a real talkative bunch.
I have an additional question. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm in a different position than some of the students or people who are still trying to find their careers. And one of the things that I found, becoming an attorney and then deciding to start my own company was really that. Was that in starting like a tech-based company, I think it's really great to recommend to people start your own business. But then I think that we also have to recognize like the limitations. And I know you're pointing out that the limitations, a lot of limitations are in your mind, right? Like they don't actually exist. Like you can do so many things for free, you can do so many things so fast, right? But it's also like letting people be aware that what I found is that a lot of people are scared, to start their own thing and even to take the risks, right, that startups have. Like in my journey to try to find like Black people to join my team, especially like engineers, coders, they can go to Google, right? They might be at an event like this trying to get a $250,000 job at Google, right? Because it feels so safe, right? And they have so many other responsibilities like systemically that other groups do not have, right? And so you'll see a lot of those people who are taking that chance, right, starting the job out of their basement or out of their parents' garage are like white people, right? Because they really do believe in the power of their own creativity, and they take the opportunity, and sometimes they don't have to take care of their family, right? Their families are still able to take care of them. So what are you finding in your experiences that kind of address that? Like it's hard to pull people out of the mindset of like go work for somebody to make money, because they really do need to make money.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's tough to find a question in there.
Sorry.
But
this is like my personal experiences, problems with
I think I have what may be similar to an answer.
Okay.
And so we got $250,000 from NASA Science Foundation. That's rare, right? But the way that I got the $250,000 grant was that I had an $80,000 teaching professor job in North Carolina Central University, Eagle, and I quit it. and I started driving Uber. I started driving Lyft. And I did it for 8 months. I did 1,500 Uber rides and Lyft rides. And every ride, when someone got in the car, they'd be like, well, what do you do besides Uber? I was like, oh, I write books. I wrote a book called Finding Your Purpose in 15 Minutes. You want to hear about it? And I did the activity, and they were like, oh my God, how much is the book? I was like, oh, I got one right here. Just tip me $10, you can have it. I sold 300 books in Uber. And really, all I was doing was my purpose. So what I'm saying is, when you push so hard in the direction of your purpose, you bend the universe around your purpose. And you attract energies. Now I got an IP lawyer. Now I got multiple coders. Now I got multiple sales team. All because I'm pushing it. And I quit my job and started working for Uber.
Right.
So it is scary, yeah. I'm in Uber at the airport crying. I got a PhD. I'm driving Uber. What the hell's going on in the world, right? But you bend the universe when you step out and you do that. So I have a book called Starting Your Business from the Unemployment Line. It talks about bending the universe.
How do you plan to market your application to different?
You know, I've got some challenges with marketing, right? Because I really have to do the activity. And it takes about, quickest I've done it is about 90 seconds, but it still takes someone listening, right? Everyone's writing, you ain't write nothing, right? That's the people I gotta sell. It's challenging.
I did write.
I know, at the end, once you're like, whoa, this is actually credible.
Right. Well, I went through it in my mind. I didn't write it down. Okay, go ahead.
I know you big time. So I don't have the answer to that. Right now, I'm just meeting people, showing them the value of the product. I need some salespeople, right? But the bending of the universe is happening right now, right? Someone who just went through this activity, tomorrow, someone's gonna come to you and be like, I don't know my purpose in life. And you're gonna be like, get this app. You need to talk to Dr. Drakeford. Like, you do know your purpose, you just haven't articulated. If you notice that, you already know your purpose. You just haven't articulated. We give you a tool to articulate what you already know. And then build a business around that.
And does your app guide people through how to make their first sales?
So it does. Again, what we believe is when you're doing your purpose in life, you're gonna add value. So what we teach is chase value. Chase value. And as you're chasing value, you become more valuable. So now money is chasing you. Traditionally, what we've been taught is chase money. Oh, I'm gonna get this job. Oh, this job pays more. Oh, this job pays more. Let's chase people. And then we look 10 years down the road, we don't got nothing but a bunch of jobs. But when you chase value, where's Dr. Drakeford? We need Dr. Drakeford to come teach. We need Dr. Drakeford.
Can you explain what chasing value means?
It's the value that you offer to the world.
So is that like the same thing as create value, or is it different?
It is displaying your value to more and more people. All right. I went to Bethune-Cookman College. About 30 miles down the road was Kissimmee, where they used to launch the rockets. When the rocket is launching, only people that can see the rocket are the people right there. Y'all see the Purpose U rocket at its beginning stages. But as the rocket gets higher in the atmosphere, now people 90 miles away can see, 100 miles away can see. The real key is launching. And we don't launch because we don't have faith in ourselves. So, I don't have the solution to every business and everything, but I do know if you push that gift that you have, whatever you wrote down in passion, you do that really, really well. better than anyone in the world. And the more that people know that, the more that people are going to hire you. Anybody heard of You Can Book Me? All right, so in our app, we link out to this thing called You Can Book Me. It's an online calendar. And it connects your calendar. All you need is a tax ID, which we do in step 3. It connects your calendar to a banking system. So you can say, hey, listen, I work for Cisco from 9 to 5, but I do consultations from 6 to 8. You can book me online. I just took away another excuse. It's free. I'm gonna get you in business today. So there's a lot of tools out there, and the tools that aren't out there, just invent them. Invent that solution. But if you notice, it's a paradigm shift from how we've been taught. Yeah.
Well, I have some questions from
Yeah.
this that I can kind of. So, what are some of?
You need to make some content.
Yeah, I just didn't.
So good.
What is something you wish you would have known when you started this career, and more on the techie side? Because you
on
have
the
a lot
tech
of
side.
background in education. So,
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, I'm gonna go with Isaac.
Hey, be blessed, brother.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you. So I still don't know how to code. I would like to learn that because I'm hiring people who do that, and there's a language, and I'm just trying not to get taken, So I think there's a lot on the technical side that I still need to learn, and that I wish I would have learned. I just got really fortunate and found a black coder who was honest, rare, but he was honest. He didn't charge me a whole lot, and it worked out.
well, so I think it's really valuable to hear your perspective because you don't have a code, which a lot of people don't have. And so, like Airbnb, for instance, I heard his story. He didn't have code. So it was like, how do you have value there because you're able to create this asset, this app that reaches so many people, but how are you able to do it without that background?
So in my area of talent, I'm really, really good. And that allowed me to raise some capital in my area of talent. And from that small piece of capital, it does not take a lot, I was able to acquire people who are really talented in those other areas. Like I needed an IP lawyer. And I went on LinkedIn, I called 10 of them. I talked about their prices. I found a brother that just came out of Duke Law School. He wasn't even a lawyer in North Carolina. But to become a lawyer, he had to pay a fee for $1,500. I was like, bro, I'll pay that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you, man. So he's not charging me a lot, but I'm also looking out for him. So you want to have people who take a chance on you, but it's also because you're taking a chance on them.
So it seems like you have a list of people. So I see an IP lawyer, a coder. What are some top people that you have on your team?
That's
to
a
make
good
it work?
question. So the first thing you need is product development, right? And kind of, is my solution, does it work? Is it good? So we brought on a couple other PhDs to look at my curriculum and kind of make some edits to it so it worked different for different communities. And then we brought on a small tech team, so 2 tech guys, Troy, and then another guy, Charles, who kind of had their own mini consulting companies. So the tech guy had a user experience person that he uses.
So he's like a subcontracted company with his own team. Okay.
So we've got augmented reality in our app. If you take the card and you have our app downloaded, a hologram will pop up from the card and begin to teach you.
I'm just going to give this to
Yeah. And when the hologram pops up, it's me, right? And I'm just telling my testimony. And I say, I started my business from the unemployment line, in 24 hours. And we've created this app to help you do the same thing. We needed a filmer to film it. The tech guy filmed it. You know, we needed an office space to film the office space. We just rented out an office room. It was not a sound stage or anything like that. So I don't think that the problem is the problem. It's our lack of willingness to overcome the problem. And that's the difference between a successful entrepreneur and someone who has a lot of great ideas, right? Is that they push to overcome the problem.
So what I hear you saying is that when you had an issue, you searched through you Googled it, and you just if I needed this need, I just looked for it, and then.
So we're about to start our phase 2 NSF grant. Mm-hmm. NSF said we're not going to fund you unless you have at least 2 customers, right? So we sent out 500 mailings to every college president in California. 20 of them called me. I did the activity with 20 of them. One of them, a black woman who's actually from North Carolina originally, was like, wow, I feel like this was therapy. She's like, I feel like I need to pay you for this. I was like, ding. You can. I want all of your students to have this experience that you're going through right now. So instead of me selling, they have 17,000 students, Skyline College. Instead of me selling 17,000 people, doing the activity 17,000 times, I just sent out 500 letters, got 20 callbacks, which is a low closure rate, right? And then I closed on one of those 20. And then Guilford College, I was able to drive and meet the president in person. The president of Guilford College is deaf. She's one of the only deaf woman presidents of a college. I had to research on how do you communicate with deaf people effectively. And they were like, talk normal.
She reads websites.
Yeah, she reads and she also has a signer.
Oh, okay.
She has multiple, so we did a training for them to train them in the curriculum. She had 3 signers because their hands get tired. Like after a half hour, they switch out. But just things like that, just overcoming hurdles.
Okay, so what are some useful websites, books, YouTube videos that you probably subscribe to or looked at to kind of help you in some of those times when you needed to turn somewhere for knowledge?
Yeah, so my background, I got a PhD in education from UNC Chapel Hill, and my background is really education. So this whole technology thing, I don't know, I still don't know a lot about it, right? So I lean on my expertise to borrow the expertise of other people. I didn't look at any sites or sources. I need people. Because
that's important.
The critical knowledge is not dumping, right? That's the dumping process. Critical knowledge is you present the problem and then you think around the problem. So that takes actual people. Help me think around this problem, right? You pose the problem, help me think around it.
Okay.
I don't know if I answered your question.
Well, yes. Because sometimes reading a book is not enough. You have to sit down in front of somebody and put your idea out there, hear it back from them, reflect them, so that's
if your idea is not protected, right? So I have a copyright on all my books. So my ideas are protected. If they are not protected, make sure you get them to sign a non-disclosure before you talk around the problem.
I have to go. I just want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really great. I just want to give you this is my heart's little market information. I'm really sorry to have to leave the discussion.
Is it okay if I call you next week and we chat?
100%. Yes.
Thank
I
you.
think it's amazing. And as someone who's launched a product, your metrics are it's mind-blowing. So I think that, and then going through the exercise, it was amazing. So
I appreciate you sticking with me.
Yeah. Are you in North Carolina?
Yeah, we have an office in Largo, so I'm up here about once a month.
Okay, I'm based in DC, so
Okay,
I'd love
cool.
to get coffee or follow up with you.
We will. And
Okay.
then my cousin Jamie is in DC.
I'm so sorry.
I heard that you say you were in the real estate development.
No, I'm not, but I know lots of real estate agents
been
and
to
other
university
people.
yet?
But yeah,
HU, I
that's
have.
my card.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you
I'm
so
gonna
much.
leave it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You guys.
Do you have a card on you?
I don't have a business card.
Your card on you?
I do.
Please do.
Did you say you're in this area?
So we have an office in the area, but I live in North Carolina.
Oh, where is it?
I live in Durham.
Oh, you in Durham.
So,
So are you looking for developers?
yes, you have.
Yeah, we have 20 or so, 30 very talented.
Thank you.
That are looking for
Can I borrow your pen real quick, Miss Mary? So you're a developer.
No, I'm going to be looking for so I'm here representing our candidates, basically.
Okay, so these are all developers
Yes.
of color.
And engineers, yes. Most of them.
Miss Richburg,
Yes,
you're getting an MPA.
I am.
We're at
George Washington University.
big time. It's expensive. What are you gonna do with your degree?
So in a few weeks, less than a week, I'll be getting my first full-time position with the Aspen Institute.
Aspen, yeah.
Yeah,
Big
so I'll
deal.
be a program coordinator with there. So I want to see what it's like. My space that I really want to integrate is in the nonprofit sector. So I want to keep my options open, but see if I can navigate the Aspen Institute network and see what I can make it.
You said you want to do the nonprofit sector.
Yes, I'm interested in nonprofits.
And-
I'm actually getting in addition to my MPA, I'm getting my certificate of nonprofit management.
Okay, I got that too.
Yeah.
So are you looking to start a nonprofit?
At first I was, but now I'm more so learning that there's a lot of nonprofits that I feel like are repetitive because they have the same mission in mind. And so until I figure out if a nonprofit I'm going to create is able to differentiate itself from someone else, I don't mind going into a nonprofit and transforming it and bringing it to the level that it should be. Because there's a lot of people have nonprofits and
Yeah.
it can be merged with something else.
All right, I want you to push back because my purpose is, my purpose is to get you in doing your purpose, but that's not always the solution, right? I think there's not enough nonprofits, and this is what I think. I think that each nonprofit is as unique as its executive director. And I'd rather have 5 nonprofits that want to help girls with self-esteem than 1. I'd rather have 5 work together and get a grant together than 1. And as a grant writer and grant reader, that's what grants want.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that in the atmosphere.
That's definitely one thing that I considered with this. I mean, I'm assisting with the creation of a nonprofit right now that's focused on Black women and economics specifically. So it's like I have my hand in that.
Okay.
I don't want to close off the idea of creating my own, but
Take your time. You got time. You're young.
definitely a business that I want on the side is creating a traveling business where I can plan trips for people. I like to travel. I've been to 15 countries. So eventually one day I want to create a business where I plan trips out for especially minorities.
Yes.
Can I get your information?
Yeah. I wrote it down on your card. Yeah.
I'll give you another one. Do you enjoy sales?
Yeah. I'm in software sales, so I enjoy what sales is.
What's your market region?
I work from DC, but I do the Southeast and the East Coast right now. But I used
What
to
about
do
Cali?
West Coast.
You've done Cali or West Coast?
Yeah, I used to do West Coast and the South. I did the West Coast for 2 years, so I was out there all the time.
Does this product one that you feel in your heart you can sell?
I think this is a great product. There's a lot of ways. I think that you can sell this easy.
I think so too.
Super easy.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Because I'm a researcher.
Yeah.
I'm not a salesperson. We're gonna talk. Thank you.
So that's mine.
This is yours.
And I was told that I'm having a gala
Okay.
November 1st. And that's the black card. The black card is a save the date.
This is the black card.
And it'll be my
As you wrap up your final thoughts, I just want to sincerely thank everyone for being a part of the conversation.
And it's in Chantilly. It's nice out there. Real nice out there. It looks nice.
Where you are all
Do you do grant writing?
speak with table coaches in a mingle
We have a course in
because
the app.
there may be someone who's at a table who you wanted to speak with who wasn't assigned to your table. So we
Contact
encourage
me,
you to
and
do
I'll give you a
that.
list
Also
of grants
encourage
to
you
fund
to
your
also
mission.
stop by our resource tables in the back. We have MMTC, the social engineering project. We have Combine Lab. We have
It's a
Accenture.
pleasure to meet you.
We have Black Girls Code, and we have Public Knowledge. So at this time, thank you all so much. Let's give our table coaches a hand.
something that I knew who she was and what she was.
Thank you all so much for being a part of our conversation and discussion today. So let's continue the conversation. You're welcome to go back. We have high boys right there. Our tables
And I
right
said
there.
every child that I could
Mix and mix. Thank you so much.
You're such an inspiration to me.
I tried.
Like, I love you so much.
Thank you. So, what if you get a chance or if you know anybody that's in
I'm gonna
this
put this on my
area,
social media. We got an office in the area, so we've got some contacts out
Okay,
here.
and
Like,
you know, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
So we try to do something nice, and it's going to be great food.
and your website is
The CM Merit Foundation. And see now what I'm trying to do is, well, since you told me that it was an app. I mean, it was a YouTube channel she was going to start, and it was called Normal Girl 2.0. So under my foundation, I'm going to start Normal Girl 2.0 Academy.
yeah.
I mean, it's a long
Do it.
process, but
do it.
you gave me my.
There's two free tools I want to tell you about.
Okay, here, come on here.
Okay.
Look, I stole their paper.
One is called lulu.com. You can publish your book for free.
Okay,
Nice meeting you all. Thank you for coming.
Hey, I'm gonna call you next week.
Okay, I'll be waiting for your call.
We're definitely gonna talk. Can I put my number in your phone?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, she wrote a book.
What
She
you do?
wrote a book. It's called Elemental.
Well, it's just not published, right?
It's not published.
You can publish it for free tonight on this
Okay, I'm
website.
gonna do that.
The other website that I want to give you you know, it's funny. Y'all was sitting in here looking at me when I said the purpose thing. They're like, especially you, Miss Mary. You were the biggest one.
No, I did I? No,
This app is trash.
I did not say that. I'm always at the learning.
Lulu.com for the books, right? Because you want products. You want products to sell. So when someone buys a ticket, they also buy a book or something like that, right?
Did you?
I'm sorry.
I can text you if you have it.
Please do. Thank you. And you're in the DC area?
Yes, yeah. I live in
Okay.